Hey, welcome to my kitchen. So I'm Jess, by the way, and if you are new, extra welcome to you. I'm still sorting out what this channel is about. I am simply trying to stay in the swing of recording myself in some way, shape, or form on Tuesdays. Did that last week, but I had some issues with the editing process. That's my least favorite part so far. Just figuring out how and where to shorten things up, and I kind of blew it last week, but I posted anyway just to stay consistent. So I don't know how I feel about the lighting here. So I'm trying to stay consistent right now, and I'm making myself something to eat. I wasn't really feeling like a formal yoga video. Like I don't know. I've spent the last week and a half or so, when I'm not working for pay, working on home improvements that have all these layers and steps, and it's been kind of a spiritual process. No, honestly, in a sense that staying present in order to not ruin my windows was absolutely crucial. I mean, I made a choice to paint over vinyl, and that took a little bit of research. There was a reason for it. An improvement has been made as a result of this choice, but it was definitely not like the recommended choice. So in order to do it, I had to like research and plan and kind of map it out and be really mindful, because if I were to ruin my windows, then I'm kind of out of luck, because I can't replace them at the moment. So that project has kind of taken over the last week and a half. I should be wrapping it up today after I have a chance to eat something here, or at least one more coat. I don't know. There's probably going to be some touching up. I didn't really even look at my hair here. I'll pull it back a little bit, but yeah, I was just thinking about my silly name that I hope nobody takes too seriously, but also I felt like it just kind of hit me in the gut when I thought of it, and I was like, oh sweet, now I have a name that I could just roll with for a while. I'd switched it up a lot because my name, Jessica Pop, is my married name, but it also is the name that I share with my children. And I'm no longer married, and I haven't been married since my 20s. I'll be 48 this coming spring, so it's been a long time. I've had that name. And I've had that name the whole time, and it has never felt like my name. Not like naturally, not like just kind of rolls off your tongue and it feels like your name. Like my first name is Jessica. I like to be called by the name Jess. Not always, but like that's the name that feels natural to me. Like, yeah, that's my name. Feels good. My married name never felt that way. It doesn't feel bad. So it's not like a negative experience to say that name or to have that name, but it doesn't feel also like affirming, like just a normal and natural like Jess does to me. So I was, and I just wanted to use my name. And I also wasn't really sure that my channel or even the things that I choose to teach about were always going to be about yoga. So I was hesitant to use the word yoga in my original name. And, for a minute there, I really enjoyed the Road to Find Out as a name, as a general concept. Because of the Cat Stevens song, honestly, in all honesty, like the lyrics to that song have always really rung true to me. And as far as like, I don't know, how they make me feel about life and my sense of adventure and excitement about it. But then I was thinking about like the whole like fuck around and find out thing, which I guess is a little more like aggressive than I imagine it to be. Like the common understanding of that phrase. To me, it was like, this is how I live my life. I fuck around and I find out. And there have been, you know, prices to pay for the fucking around, and consequences, both positive and negative. Sometimes neutral. But I didn't realize that that phrase meant something, I don't know, just a little more aggressive than I thought it did. So I was like, okay, this is not the name either. And for so many years, it has seemed to me that we are like careening towards like another disaster period in history. And the push toward digitalizing everything and everything that can be done with our data and the ways that can be used against us and these really like illegitimate authoritarian leaders, and all the ways that the system is being intentionally broken and disrupted by like the worst people, you know, and just knowing some like countercultural information and as well, tinfoil hat style maybe, although if I shared my resources I wouldn't be like embarrassed about it, or like just some of the people that I listen to and have learned from in terms of the consequences of us all acquiescing to new technologies unflinchingly and unquestioningly, which is what I fear. And this whole AI thing and the unpredictability of that and the likelihood that that is going to cause harm just because the people that have created it and teach it cause harm. And then, of course, the environmental costs on a planet that's already ailing from just overuse of resources. And global widespread poverty and active ongoing genocides and different types of fundamentalism cropping up. And seemingly thriving. I don't know. I can't tell if they're really thriving or if they're just putting on a show. I'm hungry. But all of these things have led me to believe that there's a culmination and an ending of a period of life, or like a phase of time or an era, which I playfully refer to as the apocalypse. But when I think of apocalypse, I also think about like minuscule, little, tiny, personal apocalypses. Like there's a David Byrne song. David Byrne, Talking Heads, Tiny Apocalypse, I believe is the song. But I think about all the phases that I have personally gone through that have seemed like, or have been, an ending, whether it was a dramatic one or something more gradual. And how things like addiction and mental health issues and everything can like really culminate in an end period, whether it's a formal bottoming out, the good old fashioned rock bottom, or if it's more of a gradual rock bottom and a set of conscious choices to not take it any further. I thought the concept of apocalypse was really appropriate to the things that I think about and the things that I care about and the things that I've been through and how I see, to some extent, like I think it might be kind of a pop psychology thing to say that all endings are a beginning, but I mean, to me that's the wisdom of life. So, yeah, Apocalypse, yoga for the apocalypse. Catchy name, I was hoping. That doesn't have my name. I'll still be referred to as my name, Jess or Jessica. But I'm just gonna stick with it now because I feel like it also touches on the time in a way that people either can automatically relate to or at least curious about. And honestly, as far as like these fundamentalist folks, you know, they, to me, are on a mission to actually bring about like a biblical apocalypse. Like this is like, it seems to me that the things that are happening that could be translated into like a more biblical metaphor or like a translation, I don't think that's because that whatever is happening right now is willed by God. I believe that it is being willed by men, mostly actual men, physical males, with excessive resources and power that they are absolutely not worthy of. And that it's not inevitable. That is not inevitable. Okay, this is coming along here. Some tomato soup and some really delicious cheese. I think I gotta go pick some herbs from the garden. Anyway, yoga for the apocalypse is silly. I'm silly. And it's also serious. I am serious. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen while I make lunch and ramble and stay true to my goal to make a video today. So it was going to be a yoga video, but I'm telling you, I'm not feeling like I can just strap in and get that done. This was easier and a little more genuine for today. So thank you for being with me, and I hope to see you next time. And please like the video if you liked it and gave it some time, and comment if you feel like it. Ask questions if you'd like. It's inspiring to me when people do, because it gives me ideas on what to speak to next, or what to do, what video to make next. All right, until then, I hope to see you next time.